Alright, heading out of Pearisburg, about 8 miles in so far, about 12 o'clock, 12:30. Come up to this pretty nice ridge. Damn nice view. But, can't really afford to hang out. I'm going to try and do about 22, 23 miles today. That'll be the most I've done. But, the terrain looks like it's pretty level, especially for the next 8 miles, 9 miles or so. And then it's a little bit of an up, and then a long downhill down to a gap, and there's a campsite down there that I'll stay at. Really don't feel like hiking that many miles. I mean, never do. But came out of town yesterday and grabbed a couple 24-ounce beers and a half-pound burger from Dairy Queen. And after sitting at the trailhead, eating the burger and drinking the beer, I didn't feel like hiking. So I did about a half a mile into the woods and then just stopped. It was like 2 o'clock or something, 1 o'clock. But really wasn't ready to leave town. Kind of forcing myself to roll out that morning because I really wanted to take another day. My back still was giving me some problems, and it is what it is. But now taking that extra day in the woods pretty much just put me behind schedule again, at least my schedule. I wanted to do the next 100 miles in 5 days, and obviously that ain't gonna happen now. I mean, I can still do the 100 in 5 days, but can't really afford to mess around. I only brought 6 days of food for 5 days, and then ended up eating 1 day of supply last night. So no matter what I come across, the terrain, no matter how hard it is, and it looks like it's going to be fairly rough after today, a lot of just constant up and down. I don't have a choice but to keep going because I ate my extra. I always come out with an extra 1 or 2 days ration just in case. And stupid decision to stay, but it is what it is. You're out here every day, putting in 20 miles or so. It can get to you. So, whatever. I'll be going into Troutville or Daleville, one of the two, 5 days. It's another town that the trail goes through, skirts the edge of. Makes resupply that much easier. So, that's the whole reason for pushing. The only other stop's 30 miles from here, and but there's not much there, and it's 8 miles. The town is 8 miles off trail, so no point in stopping there. We'll see. It's pretty hot, pretty muggy, but at least you got shade in the woods. Back pain. Anyway, supposedly there's some trail magic down at this gap, but by the time I get there, they probably will be long gone. That sucks. That would have been nice to get a meal that wouldn't come out of my pack. again, it is what it is. Who knows? Maybe he'll be there. Maybe, who knows? You never know. But like I said, it should be a pretty easy 20-some mile day. The hard part was getting up to this ridge. Pretty good climb, a couple different climbs, and had no water. I ended up drinking most of my water yesterday, and then used some to cook dinner. So when I woke up this morning, I had 5.5 miles with about 4 gulps of water that I just kind of rationed out, and I would just take a mouthful and keep it in my mouth to keep my mouth wet. And it sucked, especially being dehydrated from the couple of beers from the night before. Tolerance so far down, just a couple of beers. And yeah, they were 24 ounce, so it was 4 beers, but it was a nice little treat. Would have been better if I'd actually made some miles, but the burger ended up filling me up a pretty good bit. And by the time I told myself, I'll just set up camp and hang for a couple hours. A couple hours went by, I was like, screw it. It was like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I didn't feel like pushing on. So this morning sucked not having water, but that shouldn't be an issue now. It won't be an issue today. I don't know about the rest of the trip, or the next week, but usually you don't have to walk more than 5 or 6 miles between sources. But my pack is freaking heavy with food and water. Losing a lot of muscle mass. I can definitely smell the ammonia on my clothes. Ended up rinsing them off in a stream, but they were bad. I mean, it's what I would imagine one of those ammonia sticks would smell like, if I was passed out on the trail. You could just drape my shirt or pants over my freaking nose and wake me right up. I don't know what else to do. As far as protein, I mean, I'm eating a lot of, protein bars, breakfast bars, Slim Jims, tuna fish. But, judging if the scale was right that I weighed myself 2 nights ago, said I was down to 190. I came out here about 230, 235. So part of me's happy about that, but the other part, I'm losing most of my gut, but I'm also losing the muscle mass, and really don't want to go back home and get back into a physical job and not have the muscle that I had. It makes that job a lot easier. So see if I can figure something out next time I get cell service. I'm gonna try and just Google different things that I could do to get high protein. I don't really like the idea of the protein powders, things like that. Plus it's heavy. But I don't know, I'll have to figure out something. More rocks. Freaking rocks in this state, man. It's ridiculous. I can't imagine how bad Pennsylvania must be if these rocks are as bad as they are, and you don't even really hear much about it when you do the research. Some people would point out the Virginia rock, but it's always Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania. Rocks, rocks, rocks. And you come out here, and pretty bad. And it's been this way since leaving Damascus. So it's definitely been a couple weeks. And if I can push 100 miles a week or every 5 to 6 days, I should be out of here in a few weeks, out of Virginia. I'll be looking forward to that. But I don't know. Yeah, gotta figure something out with the protein, because I'm eating as much as I can eat now. And I mean, that's a bad sign when your clothes are smelling like ammonia as bad as mine do. Oh well, it is what it is. I'll lose whatever. I'm still losing weight, still an upside, but that's it.